Hello everyone, I'm Simon and today I'm gonna talk about the SCP mythos. In the SCP mythos, we have really powerful characters. Some of these are Yaldabaoth, McCain, the Scarlet King, and the Brothers Death. But the characters we're gonna talk about today really far transcends those kind of powers. So, before we get started, I will just cover the SCP's cosmology in a next vid, uh, which will be Scarlet King versus the Chaos King, which is the preview I made a few days ago on the channel. Uh, Today I'm just gonna talk about their feats alone without counting cosmology or such. So let's talk about the Scarlet King, McCain, Yaldabaoth, and such. The voice of Yaldabaoth was the voice of McCain, sorry, who is basically in the SCP mythos the god of matching and evolution, technology, and such. Uh, his voice was described as all of creation is complete, incomplete, exists throughout all of time, all in space, and don't exist. But the most important feats which we will see are those to scale to creation. Basically, McCain was able to contain Yaldabaoth. Yaldabaoth is the goddess of flesh, instinct, and such. Basically, Yaldabaoth can just erase all of creation to the tree of knowledge just by showing herself. As I said, just by manifesting herself throughout all planes of existence of the entire SCP's tree of knowledge, she was just able to destroy it. And McCain was able to just stop her, containing her into a silver web, which was a prison created by McCain himself, using himself as a prison. And basically, characters like the Scarlet King should obviously scale to them, as I will get into later on. The Hanged King which is an archetypal being and is the domain of the Scarlet King and his Leviathans, is equal to Yaldabaoth. And the Leviathan are easily stronger than these kind of gods, as implied and also shown. But how does the Eye Elder gods and the SCP-343 to form the Almighty scale to this? Well, basically the Scarlet King devoured everything, every god, every single being. Even the Brothers Death had to revive everyone because the Scarlet King was just too powerful for them. So they had to revive every single person that ever died just to try to fight the Scarlet King, and they had even to destroy him. Basically, they had to imbue 7 spears with his own power and nerf him just to fight him. But they had to severely nerf him because otherwise the Scarlet King was too powerful, and in the end the Scarlet King even won. And the Brothers Death also viewed the Scarlet King sorry, not the Scarlet King, but the low elder gods like McCain, Yaldabaoth, and such, as nothing more than teeny creatures. But nothing of these are just anything or anywhere near to characters like He Who Made Light and He Who Made Dark. These two basically created the Scarlet King, also more known as Karak, and the Brothers Death, including All Death. They are the outer sphere which comes out of the surrounding void which surrounds the Tree of Knowledge. And on top of that, we have characters like Alex Silva and the Neverwhere. The Neverwhere is a void of nothing which comes, is a void of non-existence and nothing, which comes even before the primordial chaos, which came before He Who Made Dark and He Who Made Light. But how does the High Elder Gods and SCP-343 scale just to that? Well, after Jeremiah in Vision at Batar transcended literally everything from the realm of the death to even Neverwhere and Alex Silva, he was not able to go beyond the High Elder Gods, and just he couldn't stay in their mere presence. This alone puts the High Elder Gods on top of everyone that I ever listed, but there's even more, since Jeremiah transcended literally everything, and so he was above everything up to even Neverwhere and Alex Silva. They were below him, but yet the High Elder Gods were just too much with their mere presence. And that's absolutely nothing compared to the SCP-343's true form, the Almighty, since the High Elder Gods are just a part of his dream, and the Almighty is so powerful that the High Elder Gods were only in his shadow. This just ignoring things like SCP-239, the Witch Child, which basically gave a bleed nose to SCP-343, who is an aspect of the Almighty, and also SCP-239 negated the Neverwhere, and SCP-239 have some kind of connections to the Almighty, which just supports the evidence for the Almighty being that powerful. So this is how powerful characters like the High Elder Gods and the Almighty really are. Just by their mere presence, characters like Jeremiah and everything below him, so the Neverwhere and even the Scarlet King, etc., will just be blinked away and destroyed instantly. So I will get into the cosmology of SCP, as I said in my Scarlet King versus Chaos King video, and don't forget to subscribe, share and like. Thanks for watching, have a nice one.